evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is CrazyZaku, and I'm bringing you all the hits and misses here in Let's Play Avowed. We are in... It looks like... Parodies. We got some stuff to do. So, hopefully, we figure these out. We can, do stuff. We gotta... Not die, not suck, not blow, all that fun, happy, wonderful things.
A familiar face.
Ingram.
We meet again, Envoy. And you, Yardsley. You're always a prodigious and welcome sight.
Oh, yes. Always a pleasure to see you, too.
Paradise burns. Thanks to Ludwig and the Steel Garrote laying siege to it. But the Dream Scourge is gone.
Have you been keeping well despite it all?
Being nearly omnipotent is pleasing. Sadly, the other archmages remain tedious.
The other Archmagi? Tedious? But think of what you could learn from them.
Give it a few centuries. You'll think differently. It's strange. A part of me thought you adherents might be wise enough to leave Paradise alone. But here it stands burning, while Adir storms its gates. Still,
hey, to be fair,
I do
that's
think
not
the
on
world
me.
has been irrevocably, if minimally, changed by your actions.
Hey, a single drop of rain can cause a
inevitably
tsunami.
rejoins the ocean as simple water. The analogy only really works if you're mortal. And I'm not.
Great. Okay, cool, I'm not sure I'm following.
You know there's no point lying to me. I'm here because I'm curious about what you'll do in this moment.
Fuck up. That's what I always do.
Perhaps. A new god being set loose on the world is certain to have consequences. Mostly, I'm curious about whether you think you've made the right choice.
Of course I have. The decision I made was, I felt correct.
That. I am interested in seeing the outcome of your story, Envoy. With luck, it won't end with you also on fire. Unfortunately, you'll likely be dead the next time I return to the Living Lands. Goodbye, Envoy. And Yardsley, I do look forward to when all of this is done. I am eager to work with you.
Oh, yes. We'll, discuss that later.
What are the little things in her pockets?
Keep moving, Envoy. The sooner we get where we're going, the better.
Okay. Sheesh. Legendary guns. I've got legendary guns.
Giata, where have you been?
Where haven't I been? I journeyed to the heart of the Living Lands, where time held its breath, and dreams had more substance than reality.
May I see it?
Not if you value your life. We'll be lucky to make it out of here.
Envoy, I knew you'd show up eventually.
It's good to
What's
see
that
a
mean?
familiar face. How are you?
My revenants were just getting comfortable in Thirdborn when the Steel Garrote stepped out of line. When I heard tensions were brewing, I thought to myself, this is a job for the undead. So I gathered the flock. Not to worry. I can always bring them back to fight another day. I'll keep them on a tight leash, just in case the Steel Garrote breach our defenses. Better to have them and not need them. Oh,
That's true. It's always
I've
good
been
to have
meaning
something
to
not
thank
it.
you. Whatever you did in the garden seems to have worked. My revenants are docile again. No more rude displays of aggression. I couldn't be more proud.
Today's Zero sugar soda is going to be a Mountain Dew, a gaming staple, if you guys believe it or not. You ready for that crisp thing? There it is. Here it is. Yeah. Not as tasty as a sugary Mountain Dew, but still pretty good.
Easier said
Oh, we
than
just need to
done,
keep
I
it.
suppose. Best of luck out there. And don't worry about a thing. My flock will keep us safe and secure.
Thank you, Anna.
I hope so.
My compliments to the flock, as always.
I wasn't worried until she said that. Let's get out of here.
Enjoy the time with your flock, dearie.
We know you. Did you help us? We must have seen you in a dream.
Ooh, what? Who's talking to me, god dang it? I got a gun. I got 2 guns. Oh.
Do you think it's over? We really won't see any more dream thralls?
We smell steel. Should we run? Or could we stay here and tend?
That's awkward.
How's Casagrada?
As prepared as he'll ever be.
Who knows? Maybe all this will make a hero out of him.
We don't...
Nobody's taking Paradis today. Not on my watch.
They won't reach us. I'll shoot as soon as I see the whites of their eyes.
Gods. That's a lot of bodies.
I don't see what y'all see. Y'all need to tell me what y'all see. Hey guys, I think they're dead. Look, I think they're dead. They just had loot on them, and loot isn't exactly on the living, so to speak. Well, let's see if any of our people have something to say at the very end.
We really must stop meeting like this. People won't talk. Careful what you wish for, darling. So, the Godless, or the Akita, as they called themselves, were the original folks who lived in the Living Lands. They arrived on the shores of a new land and settled there, living with the land instead of trying to tame it. You sound certain. Is this something Sabadal told you? Well, they would have been there, wouldn't they? That means I was right. Well, was there ever any doubt? The Godless are so singular. Their art and architecture, you never see it in Rawatai or Ishamatal or, well, Adir. But in their artwork, they reference escaping, fleeing, seeking refuge, so they must have come from somewhere. My guess, they originally came from Yesua.
Yesua.
Ah, yes.
Yesua?
Let me sum up. Yesua, a continent, cut off from the rest of the world, hidden by eternal storms, one of the 3 hubs of the Anguithan Empire. 10 years ago, you could say it wasn't real, that it was a dream, but they said the same of Ukaiso. Suddenly, the appearance of a mythical land doesn't seem so implausible. There was some kind of schism, an ideological one. From what I can glean, the Godless were staunchly against the gods, hence their name. There are even some not-so-kind murals of the gods. It seems like the Godless really took their anti-theism seriously.
But Sabadal's a god of the Akita.
But no one knew that until your trip to Nakukubel. Hence the name Godless. Now that we know that Sabadal exists, it changes everything we thought we knew about the Akita. I knew following you was a good idea. It might have shaken my research to its core, but that's what makes it fun. Well, I think we've covered everything, don't you? Rather, as much as I think you'll withstand. Hope you enjoyed talking about this as much as I did, dearie. How can I help, darling? We've been traveling together for a little while. I just have to know, did you purposefully choose such colorful company, or is that just what you attract naturally? I mean, I'm very clearly a delight, so it's obvious why you let me stick around. But Kai's hiding a lot behind that humor of his, isn't he? Thinking that that could be Quilici and me is not something I want to think about. And Marius! Gods, after what we saw at his village, I'm even more impressed by his good humor. As for Giada, well, clearly Giada is a gem. You seem pretty fond of us, Envoy.
You guys are my family.
Someone needs to keep our wit razor sharp, so I think we should keep him a while longer. You do strike me as a people person. Tell me, do you get along with all you meet? So, you'll be swarmed by well-wishers then, upon arriving home? And some very angry spouses, I imagine. And here I thought I had a wild youth exploring ruins. You might be putting me to shame, dearie. Why do you think Quilici and I went to Naku Tedek in the first place? Of course, other lovers were less willing. Something about them being gross and terrifying. I just think it adds to the excitement. Well, you've satisfied my curiosity. I'll leave you alone to do whatever envoys do.
Oh, I have unspent companion points. How do I have unspent companion points? I get 2 from Kai.
I know I'm beautiful, darling, but usually my admirers hide their stares a little better.
Oh, I wasn't, I mean, you do look lovely, but,
Oh, I gotta listen
all
to
this
this.
time on the road, and you look as fresh as spring berries. I just wondered how you do it.
Oh, why thank you. It took a while to find a product that worked so well.
Any tips for scales? No matter how much I scrub, I never feel like I'm getting the dust out.
Darling, sweetheart, I would love to build a regimen for you. Next time we stop at Paradise, we can steal away to Juliana's. Oh, she's sure to have something we can use.
It's a date.
You hear that? They're gonna go on a date. That's so sweet. What's
There
up,
you
Marius?
are, Envoy. You ready for this?
Oh, I am never ready for this.
Understood. Same here. I guess it helps we have a god on our side, right? I mean, a god beats a skeleton knight any day. This is just cleanup. Just figuring out who controls the living lands from here out. You have a lot to do. I just need to survive and make sure you live through this. Anyway, you should get some rest. Oh, if you need to rehearse any speeches or whatever, make sure you do it in front of someone else.
All right, Marius, I need you to go through over here. But I have a really, really good one about the
promise
founding
you
of
I've
Solace.
Talk to you later, Envoy.
No, Marius, we're not done. You're talking to me now, my man.
What do you need? Let's make sure they're not listening. The only one we haven't talked about is Yachts. I don't know. She's nuts. She keeps it, but... Thanks for talking.
All right, Giada,
So,
you're next.
Here we are.
Here we are,
First
Giada.
and last battle for the living lands.
Well,
You feel it too? I'm glad it's not just me. Metaphysically, the battle is already over. Sapadal is free, and the Dream Scourge is gone. But politically, we have a small mess to tidy up.
and we have unfinished business with the Steel Garrote.
I intend to send a message to the Steel Garrote, and it won't be subtle. Anyway, who knows what tomorrow will bring, so let's be grateful for today. You've earned a little peace of mind. I think that's enough wool gathering for now. Besides, I need to tinker on the phantasmal focus. Make sure it's ready for war. Don't stay up too late. Go on then. Don't be shy. Neither can I. I never used to believe in destiny. Life always felt meaningless, like groping through the dark. But in a good way. All of that was before the garden. What are the odds that you and I meet? And after a series of mishaps, I learned the truth about my family's past?
I would bet on those
the
odds.
odds were on our side. I don't know if that was destiny at work, but it feels significant somehow. Whatever you choose to call it, a coincidence like this does not happen every day. Let's appreciate it for what it is. Moments like this are few and far between. Anyone in particular? I warn you, I'm not the best judge of first impressions. Of course.
What's your opinion on
She's
Yahtzee?
brilliant, open to anything, and sees the world as she wants it to be. Yahtzee gave me my first glass of wine, and the courage to approach a special someone. We have a lot of catching up to do.
Did she know your parents?
Indeed, old friends. When they died, Yahtzee protected me. Made sure I had one consistent person in my life. I think that's why she gave me that glass of wine. Why she encouraged me to live my life to the fullest. She was making sure I hit all the milestones I could have missed.
Who's
No
this
one
special
to get jealous
someone?
over. To call it a relationship would be an insult to the word. But it was fun while it lasted. Animancy is the study of life. Unfortunately, we get so busy that we forget to live. So a little roll in the hay is good for the soul. Yahtzee taught me that. Well, not the part about rolling in the hay. That was my idea, and I don't recommend it. Now that she's traveling with us, maybe she can teach you a thing or two. I think that covers everyone. And if my good opinion changes, you'll be the first to hear about it.
Alright, what about
Anything
this
in
battle?
particular? You want to talk?
Actually, we're
Not
good.
before I've done some reading. What's wrong, Marius? Your left eye is twitching like you've got something to say.
Right. Well, I just... You know, with your family and all that, I was thinking just that I feel like I can relate is all.
Ah, I just figured it out.
Figured out what?
Why I feel so connected to you. Death makes orphans of us all. When it comes for our family, we have to learn how to grieve. And we do it alone. I think
She's
that's...
got another thing she wants to say.
We should take a moment to acknowledge what happened back there.
What happened?
We liberated the god of the living lands.
Yes.
Now they are unchained, free to do whatever they want. That's quite a gamble you made. I'm not sure.
Done any different?
Too many variables. Regardless, I support your decision. If not for you, Sapadal would still be pacing their cage like a wild animal. Which means you have leverage over a god. How do you plan on using it?
I don't think about my
probably
relationship
better
in
off
that way.
Sapadal's imprisonment shaped this island. Now that everything's changed, I'm curious what will happen. We cannot know if the living lands will normalize or destabilize as a result of our actions. For better or worse, change is inevitable. Maybe you'll find some comfort in prayer, now that one of the gods is listening. I hope you don't mind me bringing it up. The subject matter is a bit much for our little camp.
Honestly, for you, just legitimately
I
anything,
want you to
Giada.
know
You're super
this has
cool.
been an unforgettable experience. Wherever we go from here, I'm grateful to have been a part of it. Until next time. Not before I've done some reading.
Just say the
Alright,
word.
Kai.
I'll keep watch.
Do I
We'll
not?
finish this. We'll finish this together.
I don't get to talk to
Yes.
Kai? That makes me sad.
I have a theory.
Oh, do tell.
I believe our souls have awareness independent of conscious thought. Dreams, instincts, reflexes, appetites. These are all...
I wonder if he's got stuff I could use to just
The envoy.
buy.
Is that you?
It is my man.
Envoy, how
How's
did you...
it going?
I don't know.
It's great to see you again, but... where the fuck did you come from?
You just appeared
A
out
portal.
of nowhere.
Eh, close enough.
Once word about Paradis reached us, we were allowed to go.
That's not important right now, Radut.
Right. Forgive me, Envoy. I won't keep you long. I just want to make one request while you're here. As much as you can, be good to the living lands. Yes, but more than that,
What Radut is saying, Envoy, is that we know the adherents can put us through worse. And we don't want it to get bloody.
I'd just
Well,
like
I don't.
for us to live
I'm not
lives
here
that
for
are
the
free.
adherence. Just
For
because
us.
I'm here because of
Not
the
our
Emperor
game
sent
to
me.
determine our fates. It's going to be up to you, Envoy. I know you have much to do, so I'll just leave you with that. Thank you.
Like, that's one of the things when I play...
Who built the living lands? Do not allow your differences to blind you to the real threat.
Like... Like, that's just one thing that I always, whenever I play games like this, it's, I never really understand the concept of, oh hey, well you're this particular role, you're supposed to act this way, like, but that's not who I am. I don't.
If we make it out of this, I'm going on vacation.
I don't want to act this way. I want to act the way I want to act. I don't, like, it's like I don't know anything about any of this.
Envoy! This is happening.
It is indeed happening. It's the happening. Alright, we're gonna make this camp. We're gonna try to evolve our items, level them up, if you will. Alright, this is about as far as we can get with these particular weapons.
Envoy, didn't think I'd be seeing you. From one battlefield to another, eh? Dream thralls, and now this. Who'd we...
Indeed.
Envoy? Is it really you?
My guy.
Mihala told us you went into some place called the Garden to seek a god?
When you didn't return, we took you for dead.
What did you see there? The god you felt in Makutadek?
It's too preposterous to believe. How could a plague be ended by speaking with a god?
Everyone, please, please. We could get to the bottom of this if you would only let them speak.
It's been weeks, Envoy. What happened?
Wow. Weeks? What do you mean it's been weeks? I just... What?
Well,
Why
he
does it
might
look
not
like you're at
believe
war?
me, but I didn't want any of this to happen.
Yes, you said that. Are we supposed to just take you at your word?
It was Ludwine who called for the attack. She and her steel garrote laid siege to the city shortly after you beat her to the garden.
But I killed her.
You did. I kicked her corpse when you weren't looking. Just to be sure.
Well, she's seen better days, but you wouldn't know it judging by how she fights.
Ludwig's run through the militia like a whirlwind.
All right, let's keep the similes to ourselves.
She's gonna try to kill me
Regrettably,
again, isn't she?
she's not in the business of making exceptions for people she deems oathbreaker. So long as her passion for Wodika lives, so too will her spirit.
Then we destroy her faith, and the rest of her will follow. I have a theory about this. Let's talk at camp if you want to hear it. But I think we can kill her.
Oh, good. That'll be easy.
It is not, I think, impossible.
We know the
We've had
state
no
of the
news
city.
from inside for several days. From what we can observe, southern Paradis is in pieces, and the remaining militia batters at the gates to no avail.
Is there nothing our people can do?
Given the state of our supply routes after the Dream Scourge, and the Steel Garot's destruction, we expect the people trapped inside will run short of fresh food and clean water in a matter of days.
Thirdborn
What's the
still
status of the
suffers from
opposition?
the Dream Scourge. Though you may have ended the plague, Envoy, many in Shatterscarp still are not themselves. I could bring no more than a handful when we heard.
Likewise, my wardens are still reeling from effects of the eruption. The keep was saved, but there is much to repair, particularly if we are to endure a siege. Most of my men remain at the keep. I can't risk them against the Steel Garot for the sake of Paradis, not when we are so few.
Well,
Okay, what are your plans for
it's been a point of
counterattack?
debate. We can't agree on how to stand against the Steel Garot, nor who should lead the effort.
There are too few of us to risk an uncoordinated effort.
So you let the Paradis militia go it alone? Even if our meager forces should make it inside, the siege won't end until Ludwig does. And none of you know how to kill her. Precisely. The lawful settlement of a new Adiran colony, supposedly. Or the establishment of a Wodekan state. She could win with a godlike in her ranks. Your presence would serve as a powerful endorsement.
A fat fucking
Somewhere
chance of that.
inside that hollow head of hers, I believe she always hoped she'd turn you to her side. Remember, she has an obligation to Wodeka, a solemn oath. And neither the Steel Garot nor the queen that was look kindly upon oathbreakers.
Dude, I didn't
Because
break
a
an
victory
oath,
here
man.
would discourage resistance elsewhere. The better question is, why didn't you stop her?
Excuse me? She's a 7-foot-tall skeleton powered by her devotion to the goddess of retribution. This isn't my fault.
Sure. Just blame the dead woman. Very mature.
Who else should I blame exactly? Our envoy, perhaps? For not stopping Ludwig in the tusks?
You could start with blaming your own incompetence. Why are you
lay
treating
'em
me
off
with
'em.
kid gloves when Paradis cries out for help?
Enough. I've heard your concerns. We cannot change it now.
The Inquisitor was so convinced the Living Lands would unite against Adia that she's nearly made it true. One people, one law, one true God. That's Ludwig's vision for the Living Lands. The Inquisitor
the Emperor
answers
wants?
only to Wodeka. In attacking Paradis, she has dragged us all far beyond the bounds of the Emperor's desires.
Oh, I can't wait to see how you weasel out of this one.
I know it will. We are leading by example, returning order and dignity to Paradis in the wake of the Clavager's death. We will do the same to the frontier, given the chance.
Where was order and dignity when you burned Fior Messivernal?
My administration had nothing to do with that, as I know you know. Adiran rule and rule
I
by
don't
the
like
Steel
this
Garot
guy.
would be markedly
I really
different
don't.
beasts.
Spoken like a fucking diplomat. Splitting hairs when it all comes from the same head.
Order and dignity. That's what you think we're missing? Bastards! All of you!
You will take it all, whether the chance is given to you or not.
What passes between Ludwig and her men, or between Ludwig and the Emperor, for that matter, is not my affair. But if I had to guess, this was the alternative.
Your empire is doing what it does best. Stamping out dissent until surrender is the only option.
Your republics are hardly any different.
Their intentions in the Deadfire were certainly not pure.
As you say, we left the republics for a reason.
I've answered
Enough of
your
this. What
questions.
happens next?
Now I would like you, all of you, to answer mine.
I'd like you to eat
Ludwig
a
has
dick.
sent a message to the Emperor informing him of her attack. He will send advisors and reinforcements swiftly in response. What will his representatives find when they arrive? A new colony? A budding grave room?
Ah, here we go. This is the conversation you meant to force all along.
I understand your frustration, but please, hear me out. Before you face Ludwig, you should know what you're fighting for. All of you must decide, together. But whatever you decide, understand, the days of the frontier are done. Adir will come. Indeed, we are already here.
I know why.
You have seen more of this land, and met more of its people than any of us. Your opinion is informed. You were empowered by the Emperor himself to investigate an impossible problem. And against the odds, you solved it. And as far as we know, you are the last godlike in the world. And the favored child of a mysterious god. And in our dealings together, I found you to be a person of substance and conviction. But mostly, it's because you're Adiran, so I trust you. These fine people here are going to do whatever they like.
Comes down to
They don't
racism.
agree with you anyway.
Great.
Oh, Envoy, no. Do not suggest that lightly. Think of the Emperor. There would be reprisals. Ones which this conclave could not survive, fractured as you are. Not unless you came together and formed a nation of your own. It would be difficult. No, impossible. I'm certain you would fail. Think of your people, all of you. Think of the lives at stake.
We deserve our autonomy, even if we must fight for it. Anything less would be surrender.
Fleeing someone else's laws and authority is one thing, setting up your own is another. We're an island of misfits and dissidents. We'll still have to surrender some of our autonomy, and we won't agree on what that means overnight. We'll be vulnerable. Without allies, other powers will see us as ripe for the picking. Know that this is a hard road to walk.
We were fine before Adir came. We'll be fine when they're gone.
I think we ran things perfectly fine before your kin got here.
Rest into bounty. Does the winter frost dissuade the seeds? Many fruits on our boughs. We graft many leaves into strength.
Savidal's got this.
Though I'm hardly eager to work with any of you. I like the idea of twisting beneath Adir's boot heel, even less. So long as the Wardens can continue our vigil, I'm open to uniting, if you are.
Thirdborn alone couldn't stand against the storm. But the might of all of us, together, we could deter any but the most fearsome adversaries. And that's what cannons are for.
With the Envoy's support, we'd have a god in our pocket. What could the Empire do to stop us? Together, we could repair Thior and create such miracles of animancy the living lands will become the envy of the world. It would be the honor of my life to stand with my people.
I think they're ready to
beside you
stand together, guys.
Of course.
the Living Lands would become an extension of the Adiran Empire in leadership and law. Soldiers bearing the flag of Adir would be garrisoned in every town. They would be paid in Adiran shelling and speak only the Adiran language. Their roads would be smooth Adiran roads. Their medicine would be hygienic Adiran medicine. And their weapons would be efficient Adiran weapons. Our customs would become their customs. Our strengths would become their strengths. Our emperor would become their emperor. Turned toward a common purpose. No one, not Rawatai, not the Valian republics, not even a rogue god, would dare attack the Living Lands. This island would be safe for the first time in its history, and safe it would remain.
He would suppress our culture before it's had a chance to grow. Everything my people cultivated would be reduced to a footnote. If you have any love for this land, do not allow him to overwrite our history.
Oh, we're going through
Rawatai
the
built
options.
its empire from colonies like this. Many have become centers of culture and prosperity, backed by the protection of a strong navy. Of course, it can take decades to get there. And this road isn't an easy one. But Adir won't be the only empire eyeing this place. A formal agreement now could protect us from something worse later.
It shall be peaceful in that all dissenters will be silenced. So there's that.
Living Lands is a lot of things, but it will never be Adir, no matter how hard Adir wants it to be. Adir should turn back now and save everyone a bunch of blessed trouble.
All right, and I assume the leaders
The
have
traditions
thoughts?
of solace are what give my wardens their strength. Without them, we would buckle under the weight of the tusks. I would sooner walk my people into the acid sea than trust an Adiran to hold me up.
The only threat I see on the horizon comes from Adir itself. You want me to thank this thief for protecting me from my purse? They can't offer us anything we don't already have.
Under Adiran rule, your countrymen would strip my people of everything that makes them unique, all in the name of spiritual hygiene. I cannot betray them like that.
And
That
tap
is
it off.
promise. Flip our feathers as we find our wings. The deed binds as the wire binds. To drown us. Why were we set free?
Yeah, so they're not liking this
Of
option.
course.
All right, I'm not familiar with
The Living
how does
Lands
that
would
work?
retain its own laws under a grave appointed by the Emperor. The grave would be expected to promote and develop the Living Lands to our mutual benefit. They would divide the island into administrative districts and see them governed by mayors appointed from the local communities. The island would provide tribute in the form of resources and taxes, and in times of war, soldiers. The Empire, I should note, is nearly always at war. In return, the Living Lands would enter Adir's sphere of influence, and should outside nations attempt to invade, we would come to the Grave Room's aid. Naturally, that would be the Emperor's decision. But I suspect he would choose you. Only the strong survive the frontier. I used to believe that was Ludwig. But you were born to rule here. Quite literally.
It's a lot to take in.
Give the matter some thought. You owe that much to yourself, at least.
We give up our fighters and the wealth of our lands, and get promises in return. But we have wealth enough to give some away, if it means my wardens may return to their vigil in peace.
A grave room wouldn't be my first choice, but we're going to need a hand with all the dream thralls left in Shattersguard. So if the Emperor's willing to pitch in, then I guess so am I.
When the Empire demands its tribute, from where will it come? Emerald Stair is not the breadbasket it was, and the dream of yore is now deferred. If we accept this deal, I fear we are building a trap certain to catch our own legs.
Tribute, he says. Taxes. Soldiers. The Empire has tried it all before. Look to the Eastern Reach if you don't believe me. They want to bleed us dry. To fill their coffers and fight their wars. To break us like wild animals. But I will not bend.
It's still a gamble, but I think it's the safest bet. We get the benefits of Imperial trade and protection without losing all of what makes this place special. There's no way of knowing what it would mean in another generation or two. But right now, it gives us the security and stability to recover.
We were fine before Adir showed up, and we'll be fine when they're gone. Trust the lands and her people, Envoy.
If we give Adir power over us, we can't be surprised if they decide to flex it later.
Subtle.
And
pernicious.
Sabro.
Touch the rot, yet the disease remains. Safety among spiders.
So I think we just want them to have their independence at this point.
They weave, they wait.
Well,
I've heard
let's
enough.
not twiddle our thumbs while Paradis burns.
I believe we should fight for a united...
Solus and her wardens stand vigil with the living lands.
You can count on Thirdborn. Our cannons stand with the living lands.
Fjord and her animancers stand with the living lands.
We deserve this opportunity. Thank you for believing in us.
Fighting a battle together is easy. I just hope everyone's willing to stick it out when it comes to the politics.
Gods, they made the right decision for once.
Finally, some sense permeates the proceedings.
On your head be the consequences.
Shut up, Highguard, or Hillsguard, or whatever.
She will never surrender, Envoy. You must kill her, or we will lose Paradis, and eventually the island.
The living lands
Let's
will
do
never
this.
be free until we break the chain around our necks. Ludwig must die her final death.
She better say her goodbyes while she can.
I'm proud to fight at your side, Envoy. One last time.
Let's get to work then. We've got a walking corpse to bury.
The Paradis militia will be at your back. Give her no quarter. The future waits for you.
Thank you for deserving it. Now, go and teach the Stilgarrote a lesson they will never forget.
Show them that the living lands will not be broken across Vodka's knee.
We will send reinforcements to help you reclaim the Eastern Gate. From there, work your way to the main plaza.
When did you
Let's
become a
just say
military
this
strategist?
is not my first brush with a tyrannical authority, though. I pray it is my last. May all the gods of Eora and the living lands protect you.
Let's take back the city together. Show the Stilgarrote how the living lands takes care of its own.
Time to stop the Stilgarrote. Lead the way, Envoy.
Let's go free a city, shall we?
Envoy, I am sorry our paths had to cross in the midst of so much grief. Turning on your kinsman could not have been easy. But the Stilgarrote are overdue for a reckoning. Nor should
I don't
you-
consider them my kin.
From what I understand, you are a scion of the living lands, and have been all this time. While I have you, I wanted to check on Yatsli. Make certain she's warm and well fed. How are you, my little acorn?
Much better now that you're here, my uncle.
Do you have everything you need for the battle to come? Weapons, snacks, intoxicants?
As tempting as that sounds, no. We have everything we need to kill that woman for good.
You can always stay behind if the battle rages too fiercely.
I missed you too, darling. I'll be right back. Mommy just has to take care of some things.
Take care in battle.
Damn,
your kinsman will not go easy on you.
Don't worry, man. I will protect your honey. Your
What?
honey bunny.
No words of encouragement for your favorite student?
Forgive me, Giada. My eyesight isn't what it used to be. I have nothing more to teach you. And yet, there is so much out there for you to learn. Once the dust settles, I trust you to live in whatever way suits you best.
Don't you dare make me cry. What kind of animancer cries on the eve of battle?
The best one I have ever known.
I won't keep us any longer. Let's go finish this.
I'll be back, my darling. Just have to take care of a few things.
Be seeing you, old man.
I can see why his people trust him. He's a natural leader.
I have no idea why we even need these negotiations. Adir needs to go.
What do you want, envoy? Adir and the
came
Steel
to say
Garrote
hi.
will regret
Jesus,
ever laying
why are
eyes
you
on the
a
living
biatch?
lands. I am too. I spent far too long mired in bureaucracy. The living lands needs all the help it can get. All of us must be free, or none of us are. Give the Steel Garrote the end they deserve.
I will. I'm gonna go beat their asses. But Mom's gonna go to camp because Giada said that she had an idea, and Giada is important, and I respect her ideas. All right, Giada, you said something.
Can't sleep? Neither can I. We're going into battle for the soul of the living lands, rallying under the banners of the Paradise militia. Your Emperor will not be pleased.
Fuck the Emperor.
Indeed. When a godlike fights in battle, people take note of which side. The Adirans will doubt your loyalty. The locals will doubt your commitment. You may even doubt yourself. This is the first time you were told to pick a side. And I fear it won't be the last.
You're
Only a
worried that
little
I'm gonna change my mind.
Just enough to keep me up at night. From what I understand, your ambassador is very persuasive, very powerful, and very accustomed to getting his way. For a politician like him, losing a battle is not a defeat. It's an opportunity. When he promises you the world, don't listen. He'll fill your head with lies if you let him. I'm glad we understand each other. It's good to see you fighting for the misfits and rabble-rousers. Time for you to get some rest. We have a big day ahead of us. In truth, I'm not as worried as I used to be. I've been thinking about the Inquisitor. Formulating a theory, you might say.
We're gonna do everything we
A
can
Death
for this
Guard
battle. We're
clings to
talking
their
bare
existence by force of
abilities,
will,
skills.
stubbornness, unfinished business, that sort of thing. Ludwig is held together by faith, and that may be her undoing.
What if she's
I
held
could be
together by
wrong,
malice?
but I don't think malice alone is enough to sustain a life that should have ended. It takes something more enriching, I suppose. A personal crusade. Faith is the foundation of her reality. Faith in the righteousness of the gods. But according to her faith, Sapadal should not exist. A new god independent of hers? Blasphemy. By that logic, you shouldn't exist either. And yet here you are. By staying alive, of course. You are the godlike of a heretical god. A contradiction to her reality. Can you imagine how much she needs you to die? Her entire worldview depends on it. Who knows? Maybe that uncertainty is enough to make her mortal again. Or maybe not. I'm just theorizing as I go. Whatever happens, I want to see it for myself. For the research. Is it really that obvious? No matter who wins or loses, the living lands won't be the same. In my heart, I know that's a good thing. Life is impossible without change. And change can be frightening. I just want to put this behind us. I want it to be over. When I agreed to travel with you, I didn't think I'd find myself at the center of a political upheaval. So imagine my surprise when you gave the living lands a chance to unite, to prove itself, and to stand tall before its enemies. Granted, it was an uphill climb. The Dream Scourge exposed our weaknesses, our vulnerabilities. But thanks to our struggle, the island finally knows itself. Now we can decide who we want to become. I can't wait to see what we do with that freedom. Agreed. We've fought hard just to defend what's ours. But to answer your question, the future looks bright for a change. Thanks for talking. I miss the garden. Maybe I'll find my way back someday.
Alright, so she didn't actually have a plan. Marius might, though.
Some sleep. Big day coming up. Well, I'm just
checking
fine.
on everybody.
More or less. I've been in a lot of dangerous situations, but it's always been a fight to survive. It's just a fight. Putting my life on the line for someone else's cause. It's the opposite of survival. It's foolishness. You know, I've never seen a bear go to war. They fight for survival, not for causes. We're about to go out there and risk our lives for what? A concept of how things ought to be? We might die, all to determine who sleeps in the nicest house in Paradise until the island decides it's time for a change. It's fine.
Possibly.
Really. But it's in blessed day Saka when you think about it.
Well,
right.
I'm glad you're
Careful
with me,
you
buddy.
don't get stuck in all that sap. I'll be all right, boy. You go get some blessed day rest.
I'll keep watch. Get all the rest you need.
Alright, let's talk. Shit. What the...
I can't.
Well, here we are. We're doing this. We're fighting your people. Are you okay? No doubts or second thoughts? Well, at least you're honest. Thinking back on all we've done, it's impressive, don't you think? We went to the garden, a prison untouched by time. We both learned the truth about our Akedan origins. Oh dear. Do you think we knew each other in our past lives?
Haven't had enough of me, huh?
No. How could anyone, darling? And that's skipping to the end. I mean, think of all we've done. You helped the Animancers get back on their feet after Fjord was raised. And though I may mourn the loss of Naku Kubel, I can't deny that Thirdborn is safe now. Who would have thought I'd be here, fighting with an Adiran?
The Lord of the Rings reference right there. How about fighting with a friend?
I suppose I can work with that. Truly, thank you. I'm forever changed for our time together. As weird as you are, Envoy, I'm glad we're here, now, ready to save the living lands. Well, let's go kill that dead woman. How can I help, darling? Sweet dreams, Envoy.
Oh, wow. That was a lot sexier than it needed to be.
We'll
I want to
finish.
talk to
I'll
Kai.
keep watch.
Get all the rest you need.
I want to talk to Kai. It won't let me. Alright, let's go rock some sucks. Wait, how do I get out of here?
I don't suppose you'll have a need for an ambassador after all this?
I'm sweating like a pig in this armor.
Well, take it off, my man. I'm sure you have a great whatever under there. And we just do the battle encumbered. Open the date.
Nice shot.
Sit down. Damn steel garrote people.
Yeah. It's no use. We're overrun. Go on. I'll only slow you down.
Come on, man. The camp's just over there. Get up.
No. I've lost too much blood. It's all right. You're a better soldier than I ever was.
Diana, can you heal this man, please? You guys doing okay? These third garrote guys causing you trouble that I need to be made aware of?
We shall
Yo!
tear your enemies apart.
Grakthor, what up, buddy?
How dare you!
How dare I?
Who's ready for more?
You heard something?
Now!
We all good? Have we sieged? Cause yeah, y'all suck at fighting. Can you believe this, guys?
This
hey, buddy.
shall be a bloody day.
Nah, it's gonna be a stupid easy day.
Next one's mine.
You asked for it.
doing okay? We need to get you out of here. Yeah, level 30, baby. We did it. We're max level. We got 2 ability points to use. Okay, I don't know what to use them on, because, yeah. I really don't know what to put it all on. Just put him in dodge, I guess.
Welcome to the place of battle, Envoy. It
How you
pleases
doing, buddy?
me to greet you in full health. I thank you again for the medicine. Thank you.
I'm glad you're well again,
It
man.
is good to be myself again. I traveled here for you, Envoy. When I learned of the events in Paradise from the dwarves as they marched out of the tusks, I knew where I'd find you. I hear that you have chosen to defend the living lands. I will honor my life debt to you by keeping the peace here, after the battle.
What about your shoe on, man?
I
Do you have
do
any
not.
personal?
I will live in isolation one way or another. As I say, the choice is yours.
The
Let us
power
waste
is
no more
yours.
breath. Breath is too precious, as both you and I know. I will leave you to the war now. You have my vow, Envoy, and my thanks once more.
Well, I appreciate it, my dude.
Do we even know what we're doing here?
No.
First Eagle's Reach, now here.
Man, these poor steel garrote bastards.
Stop right there!
For you! On your right! Oh. Didn't stand a chance!
That was kind of mean. They were attacking them while they were down. I'm here to rescue you, Juliana.
I thought you left town weeks ago.
No. I
came through the Aedra. It's a long story.
We'll be
Never mind
fine.
that. Can I do anything to
We're more
help?
stubborn than we look. Of course.
Everyone from the mermaids
we
didn't-
came here
alright.
first. I had to pull Nasha away from pouring hot oil off the roof. Listen, one of the Garot's units is scouting up ahead, maybe 5 strong. I wouldn't want to fight them if I were you. Take this key. It'll unlock the gate to the canals. You can thank the captain who forgot it. Why should
Never
I?
changed it, Anna.
It's always worked before. I wish someone had stood up to the Steel Garot a long time ago. But, well, you're here now. That's what matters. Good luck. Take care of yourself out there.
Are you guys doing okay in here? Because I'll wreck shit for you guys.
Envoy! I doubted I'd ever see you again. I imagine I could guess what brings you back to Paradis. I must thank you once again for bringing me the Luminous Adra so long ago.
Oh, dude, I got you.
With some creative exploration, I was able to refine the Adra into a poultice that heals wounds at a fantastic rate.
I can see why that might come in handy.
One almost has the inkling that danger lurks around the corner. I know you have much to do in town, so I'll let you go. Thank you again for everything.
Don't worry about it, homie. We got you. You guys do realize I'm not going to take the one way, right?
To go against
You're-
your own
let's go.
emperor. You've got principles. I'll give you that.
Can you not hear the screaming outside?
She's right. We can't go now. Then when? Should we wait till the Garot set this bar alight?
They have thaumaturges out there. You saw them.
Soon there'll be thaumaturges in here.
What if you stay, Ben? Just until we've cleared a path.
They will run you through before you get 10 steps out the door.
We should be helping Cad. We're soldiers, aren't we?
We are helping. We're helping her.
Envoy, am I ever glad to see you?
Please, leave me be.
What are the Steel Garot thinking? How could this possibly help us?
Who's there? Found you. Well, if you insist.
Good old Steel Garot. They're on top of their game.
What exactly do you think you're doing?
Liviana, don't you ever take a break?
You nearly died in my clinic. Correction, you did die. And now look at you. Fighting the Steel Garot. What have you
That's
got
right.
to say for yourself?
Sorry, Liviana. I promise to be careful.
Mm-hmm. I bet you're sorry. Kai, is this your doing?
Come on. I couldn't have kept him out of the action if I wanted to.
I knew you were a bad influence. We're patching up folks as best we can, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. War is a damn bloody mess.
Oh, absolutely.
You're damn lucky to be one of those few. At least for now. I can't
cracked
say I
open another one,
approve of you
guys.
leaping into the fray, but it's always nice catching up with a former patient. Gods be with you, Envoy. For my sake, try not to die a second time.
I am trying so
Don't do
hard,
anything I
Liviana.
wouldn't do.
Hey, I got bad news about this particular patient. They turned into loot, and
Envoy?
loot doesn't go very
Good
well.
to see you fighting on the right side of history. Out of curiosity, what turned you against the Steel Garrote?
Yo,
It's high time we
you guys
explain that
deserve
to a few
autonomy,
people.
yo.
You know the Steel Garrote a lot better than we do. Their coordination is damn impressive. Any advice?
Stay out of my way, let me F them up. Stick with the pointy end, that always works for me.
Not a bad idea. When the fighting starts, some soldiers forget how to think on their feet. Ready to make history whenever you are.
Good. Now, let's kick these bastards out, shall we?
Hey, I got bad news. This one is also not doing so well. Look, hey, yo, Liviana, I don't want to question your methods, but you got 2 people that had loot for me, and that usually means, if you know what I mean, I'm just saying I didn't drop loot when I died, so that's why I'm still alive, and they're not. Anyway, bye. Thanks for patching me up. I'm gonna go shoot people now. Thank you.
Get off me!
Oh, no,
Right side of history.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Taking the main plaza. I'll stay behind. Stay behind.
What the fuck?
We make a good squad.
So I'm gonna go over here real quick because I need to be an explorative little bitch. What? Oh, what is over here? This is a person. Oh. Underbelly. Look out for the underbelly of love. The underbelly of love.
Yes, here we go.
Downside is electrified the water. Can't go in it right now. Okay, good. You're good. Oh, okay. There we go. Alright. I want to throw grenades. So that's basically what it did. It would have just skipped me like one battle. Okay, cool. Glad I didn't miss it. I'm gonna throw grenades at people now. Why do I need lockpicks now?
Monica demands your submission. Stand against her and fall.
Let's pay Ludwig one final visit, shall we?
I've got your back. Now and after.
She could use some payback for Naku Kuber, don't you think? Let's make sure she stays dead this time. All right, dearie?
There you are.
Yeah, what's going on, baby? Hey, how's it going?
On.
Look.
Come.
She's
Okay.
not lost yet. We would still welcome her graft onto our tree.
Wait, what?
So, you survived the garden. Did you come all this way just to try your luck again? To kill me more efficiently than last time?
Ludwig, I don't want to kill you. I just want this to
Our
end.
conflict was foretold the moment you were born. You can no more avoid it than I can die. Look around, Envoy. Heelguard should have listened. He tried to bring order through compromise. He failed. Order is meant to be imposed by a stern, guiding hand.
Her order wields sharp steel. She must set down her blade.
This isn't order,
Oh,
Ludwig.
please. Some wounds must be cauterized in order to heal.
Cauterized? Your troops have nearly burned Paradise to the ground.
The only question is, what's to be done with you? You, who were once so bright and promising. Sapadal's chains are broken, which means your soul is in their grasp. I don't know how deeply you've been compromised, Envoy. And if I don't know, then I cannot suffer you to live. Do not patronize me. I have every right to put down a threat to the Empire. Steel yourself, Envoy. Make this a fight to remember, even in death.
Don't
We
do
would
it.
not welcome her death. There is still ample shade for her beneath our tree.
You will. You must. You have no choice. Face me and die with honor. Or fall to your knees and die as a coward. How you die doesn't matter. But you will die. Every vestige of Sapadal must be wiped from this earth. The burned queen demands it.
We are a challenge to her authority. She is afraid of what we mean.
Okay,
The
but if
burned
she's
queen
powerful, why
doesn't
doesn't she
need to
just do it
sully her
herself?
Power with mortal concerns. Not when she can rely on me. I will pursue her ambitions until my bones grind themselves to dust. While you are little more than a nursemaid to your diseased false god. Hear me, Envoy. I am the avatar of the burned queen, the goddess of retribution. I am her sword arm, her will in the world. And so long as I can fight, I will be her champion.
But she failed to ensnare the living lands, and we are free. How long until Wodica finds a new avatar?
That is probably the most, like, that is the most, sane thing she said. Like,
Temporary
yo.
setbacks. The war for the living lands can still be won. And if I must stand alone against you, the militia, and every farmer you've given a sword, then I will. I will die 1,000 times for my queen, if that's what she desires. I've done all that I could. She sees that. She must. I believed we were alike, Envoy. That when the time came for you to prove your loyalty, you would choose Adir. I believed the dream of our future, of our resurgent empire, would move you as it does me. And if that failed, I believed the Burn Queen would stop you. Yet here you stand before me, my enemy, unopposed by the gods. Why?
The worm of doubt gnaws at her soul. Where was Wodica when she needed her most? Where is she now?
I just have nothing but, it's like, I have no intellect, I have no resolve. Wodica left you to do it all on your own. Now she's punished you for failing her. It's not fair.
The Burn Queen has always had my back against the wind.
Crack open this Pepsi Zero Sugar, guys. Wild Cherry Edition.
I can still prevail. I must.
She's not coming to save you. It's just you against the entire living
I
land.
feel her fire in me. I know I do.
Do you?
Wodica, my lady, where are you?
No answer.
No!
She doesn't love you.
It's not true.
We got you, Lodwin.
Suffocating shame.
Stop!
Nothing.
I can't.
Give up, Ludwin.
No.
It's over.
No, no. Forgive me. Wodica.
Wherever Ludwin is now, she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
She's done for. But we're not.
Did I just beat
Whatever's
a
next,
boss
we'll face it.
by talking it to death?
Together.
Gods, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
Unraveled at last. We no longer feel her wire against our flesh. We are free always. We are free forever.
No. Did I
Silence
just
falls over Paradise, as
Did
though
I
the
just
city is holding its
talk
breath.
the boss
Then
to
you
death?
hear it, the ringing of a distant bell, the waving of banners, and cheers of victory. After a short and bloody conflict, the dust has finally begun to settle. You feel Sapadal close to your thoughts, stirring with interest. The god of the living lands is observing this moment, unfettered by confusion or fear. For the first time in centuries, they understand. The Paradise militia rallies to you, the outsider who defended them in their hour of need. Whatever happens next, you have won their confidence. You take a moment to reflect on the calm. Not so long ago, you arrived at these shores on a simple errand, which turned out to be anything but simple. The Dream Scourge is over, and the island has been cleansed of plague.
A time of healing and mourning follows. People look to you for answers about the source of the affliction. You tell them the truth, how the plague came from a power beyond mortal understanding, and how it is finally at peace. Thanks to you, the Living Lands has escaped Adiran oppression. The free settlements unite under a common banner and begin the fraught process of negotiating new traditions and values. The Empire withdraws. The frontier remains wild, but not for long. Fugitives no more. The rebels of Paradis return to their home and to other free settlements, bringing their skills and secrets wherever needed. For once, they have a future. The refugees of Emerald Stair resettle in Thirdborn, bringing their skills and research to aid the local community. What starts as an uneasy partnership
It sounds like I made a bunch of really good decisions.
Into a bond of trust.
Can't wait to hear how I fucked up somewhere.
Through shared adversity, they find common ground. The ashes of Fior Messiverno continue to smolder. Scavengers avoid the ruins, fearful of spirits unleashed by animancy gone awry. The once promising city is nothing but a cautionary tale. Though free, Shatterscarp is still haunted by the surviving dream thralls after the destruction of Naku Kubel. The routine hunt for the remaining monsters becomes part of Thirdborn's everyday life, another chore atop a hardscrabble existence with few comforts. The youthful make a game of the hunt, retrieving artifacts from the dead to return to those they left behind. Solace Keep clings to its long-held isolation at first. But after mourning her friend Kostya, Mihala reluctantly deigns to open the doors of the fortress. Some dwarves greet newcomers with glee. Others still mutter darkly about outsiders. Mihala flounders in her earliest negotiations with the rest of the Living Lands, but slowly learns compromise. She develops a taste for Valian sweets. When Kai leaves the Living Lands, he is no longer running. For the first time in many years, he can face the future. He returns to Rawatai, committed to peace for his people, those he left in Rawatai, as well as those he found in the Living Lands. He joins the Ronganui's council, counterbalancing powerful voices of isolationism and hawkishness. It is a long and difficult battle, and he is happy to fight it. But the most unexpected boon of Kai's adventures is the romance that blossoms with the envoy. He'd thought his chance at love died with Tama. But after the envoy helped him accept that loss, he realized he'd found another chance with someone who saw him, knew him, and loved him as he was. He wouldn't let this one pass him by. With many of his anxieties and lifelong fears addressed, Marius now feels very differently than he did when he first met the envoy. Still far more comfortable in the wilds than among people, he nonetheless finds that his worries about the unknown were merely self-protection against the traumas of his childhood. Armed with this knowledge, he finds himself more capable of living in civilization, and far less fearful of his home in Galawain's tusks. While he never regains his former place as a Warden of Solace, he spends his time traveling between Solace and Thirdborn, acting as a stubborn ambassador between the two. Giada continues to improve as an animancer. She dedicates her work to the spiritual health of the Living Lands, nurturing instead of exploiting. Others follow her example, seeking her tutelage from lands far and wide. In the years to come, rumors spread of a secret society gathering in the wilderness, where animancers work in harmony with nature. The dream of Fior Messiverno lives on in her. No longer under the threat of imminent death, Yatsley returns to the Animancers. Reunited with her beloved Quilici, She helps him and the Animancers as they put their lives together after the attack on Fior Messiverno. Eventually, she even has something nice to say to Vidaro. As the days pass in contentment and relative peace, Yardsley is struck by the persistent feeling that something is missing. Though she still devotes herself to her studies of both the arcane and the godless, the restlessness never goes away. Freed from torment for the first time in centuries, Sopadal turns their prodigious curiosity to the people that shaped them. They observe the ways their people live, and they think deeply about what they see. Though they flinch away from moments of violence, and they grieve souls returned to them too soon, the rage that once shook cities to rubble no longer rules them. Instead, they come to you with questions. They want to understand. After a time, they begin tentatively to garden. Where they can, they improve the lives of Kith, and the suffering that troubled them is reduced, if never fully eradicated. Their grief compels them to love, and they love unreservedly, with the power of a god. Sopadal has questions about what happens tomorrow, and the day after. You do your best to keep them calm, until the voice in your head is little more than a polite whisper. After everything you've been through, you don't mind the company. The sounds of celebration pull you out of reverie. Many are waiting to greet you with open arms. You take a moment to catch your breath and savor it, because everything is about to change.
In a good way, I hope. That's credits, baby. That was fun. Xbox. That was a good game. Oh shoot, my friend Matt Campbell working on the graphics programming lead. That's awesome. No, he didn't. Different one. Well, This is a good voiceover cast, man. They were really, really, really good. Oh, dude, Yuri Lowenthal. Nice. It's always fun when you see names you recognize. In general, I don't recognize names very often, to be honest. For me, it's all about voices. Like, I will recognize voices, but I won't recognize any of the names unless it's like certain voice actors that I have that I've known. Well, that I've listened to. I don't know anybody. Blippity blip, blippity blip, blippity 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 blip. Let's see. I think Yatsley is if I remember correctly, I think Yatsley is voiced by one of the ladies from Overwatch. Yeah, she's Symmetra from Overwatch. So you guys already know I deal with Yatsley on a daily basis. I'm like going through the IDB right now, and it's just kind of annoying because it all just says voice, 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 voice. It doesn't list what they did, and that's kind of sucky. And of course, there's Brendan Kenner, the voice of Kai, who is just absolutely every lady's fantasy. That's for sure. I need to go back and re-listen to Persona 5 Tactica. I don't remember the voice of him being Samael. Oh, the dude who played Marius is the Human Torch in Rivals, Marvel Rivals. That's awesome. Like, I always expect them to do other things, don't get me wrong. Like, but it's always fun to see that they have done other things. Good name. Well, that's Avowed, guys. We're all done with this one. I think currently, right now, everyone and their mom is playing the new Doom, which I want to play. I will. I really want to play it, and I think I will for the channel at some point. But I think for now, we're going to move in a different direction with a game called South of Midnight. And maybe I'll start that in a bit. I don't know. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna end this stream right now. I'm gonna take a break. So I'm gonna end the video here. My name is CrazyZaku. I brought you all the hits and misses here in Let's Play Avowed. Please share this video with your friends, your family, your loved ones, your enemies, and everyone in between. Drop a DDT on the like button and cover it for the 3. Smack that subscribe button like it owes you some money. Tingle that bell wherever it happens to be to stay up to date with all of our adventures here on the channel. Come join me on the Twitch channel, guys. Twitch.tv/TCWCrazyZaku, where you can watch me play all these things live for those of you watching on YouTube. And I will see you guys later. Hopefully on the South of Midnight. Later.
Wings to rise from the ashes.